Jeg er Linda, og jeg er fra Godset TV, og jeg sidder her i dag sammen med Angelo Kelly, som skal spille her på Godset i aften.
When did we all lose our track? And in the end,
well, it's every time it's a pleasure being here. I was here my very first solo tour with like a band. It was more like a rock show, and I've been here with many different concepts, different projects, and somehow it always fits right in here. And you can do a rock concert, people standing and going crazy drinking, and you can do a concert, everybody's sitting down, family, public. It's so versatile, and it works every time. It's quite unique, so I like coming. And they have a great new backstage, which I didn't know before, but man, they've really pimped up the place.
Oh, my older brothers and sisters, for all that you have done.
Well, we're back on the road because of tour, so that's a nice combination. But we decided last year. It was the first time in my life that I had some money where I thought I could buy a house with. Maybe not here in Denmark or in Germany, but in Ireland, where the economy is very much down, and I was looking for something on the countryside, something I would fix up. And so Kia and we decided, okay, instead of just going on traveling, why not let's go and see in Ireland whether we can find something and settle down. And we bought a house in the middle of the forest, and we have our own water, we have our own wood supply, also for heating and everything, a lot of trees, and we can plant a lot, and hopefully in the next couple of years we'll have our own electricity. So it's more, you know, kind of self-sufficient lifestyle that we're trying to create. Not so much because of the environment. I don't want to be a hypocrite. It's more for me it's more about independence. You know, I don't want to be dependent on government or the economy or whatever you want to call it. And everybody is, but I want to reduce that to a minimum if I can.
Oh, my older brothers and sisters, for all that you have done, for all that you have done for me.
What is the biggest challenge when you're performing with your kids?
Well, it's a big pleasure, and it's very, very nice to be able to do that. But the challenge of it is to have patience, to not expect too much at once, and that's something I on and on have to, you know, learn. That I can't expect the same things from my family, my children, my wife, that I can expect from hired musicians, because hired musicians will, you know, practice many years before they are at that point, you know, and they have a lot of experience. But you have to balance the negative and the positive, and for me the positive is much stronger. It's you know, everybody can go on tour with a band, and I can do that anytime. But to be able to go on stage with my family and to perform as a family, to represent the you know, the family picture, is something very unique and seldom nowadays. So it's something I really appreciate, and I see the strength in it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever do that, or at least I don't know if I'll call it that. I always think it's really bad when a band or an artist has one or two successful albums and then they bring out a best of. Where you're like, what? What's that? Like, you have 2 albums and then you make one out of it, best songs? Well, I have 5 albums now, and I've done a lot of other, you know, live CDs and unreleased tracks and things like that. But I'd say before I do a best of, to be another 3 to 5 more albums at least.
On the other carries pen, so like to say that choose a matter for penny, and I am buying the lie. I am buying the lie. Will we march to the beat of the drum? Yes, march to the beat of the drum.
The question from another artist, and the question is from a Danish. He's actually very famous right now in Denmark among the teen girls. He's very good looking, some people would say. So he would like to know, what are your dreams for the future?
Oh boy. Well, one of my dreams is that we can you know, make a life in Ireland that is as self-sufficient and free as possible. We're getting there. We're close, but I hope we can get closer. One of my dreams is that we, as a family, continue to develop and to make music more and more together. But I leave that up to, you know, everybody in the family. It's not something I can force. So we'll see. I'd say one of my dreams is also to you know, to not stop educating myself about history, about philosophy, economics, you know, liberty, thought. For me, the last few years have been a complete turnaround of my personality. I've actually started thinking, whereas many years before I was just doing, and that's fine if you're, you know, if you have a good instinct. But so for me, there's a whole new process in the last 4 or 5 years that's taken place, and I hope to, you know, to go on that way and see if I can get somewhere.
And finally, what would your question be for the next artist we're going to interview that you don't know who is? Could be a band, a solo artist.
Yeah. Well, my question for the next artist who plays here, or band, is why do they do what they do? For what reason? What is the reason why they do music or art? Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Beat of the drum, and we march to the beat of the drum.